talking about females on Twitch right now. This seems to always be kind of like a hot topic, right? There's a pretty big gender divide over on Twitch, if we're being honest, right? It seems like a lot of male viewers, a lot of male creators, kind of, I would say, scapegoat female creators a little bit for a plethora of different issues over time, right? I mean, we've seen things where, like, Twitch will give a male streamer a much more severe ban for something that is less harmful and more innocent than, something that a female will do. There's a lot of inconsistencies between the genders over on Twitch. A lot of guys think that women are kind of stealing views from their channels and stuff like that through tactics like, what we're about to talk about today. This has actually become a pretty hot topic even recently. You guys may remember back in the day, right, last few years or so over on Twitch, women would, sometimes wear a really skimpy shirt or something that kind of exposes the cleavage, things like that. They'll wear, like, really tight clothes, really form-fitting clothes, right? They'll try to look all sexy and stuff like that. They'll constantly refer to, like, sexual innuendos and things like that. And these kinds of e-girls and streamers and whatnot have kind of, I guess, been vilified a little bit over on Twitch because it's speculated by a lot of people that they're quote-unquote stealing viewers from, like, gaming streamers and things like
that. The Simply Unlimited plan from Google Fi. Join Fi and get an extra $100 off.
That basically by gaining the attention of a bunch of down bad folk over on Twitch. Now, this is not a new debate, I would say, by any stretch of the imagination. This is something that has gone on for years, but this more recently has kind of evolved into a more specific debate. Before we get any further into the video, I just want to say that nearly half of you watching have yet to subscribe. I try to post multiple videos per day to keep you entertained, so consider leaving a like to help support and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss anything. Also, all of my socials are on the screen right now, so consider leaving a follow on these for more awesome content, and also consider grabbing a shirt if you're really awesome. Now to the rest of the video. If you didn't know, there's kind of like this new meta, I would say, between girls and stuff over on Twitch, and it's kind of called like the hot tub meta, you know what I'm saying? The bikini meta, things like that, right? It's essentially these girls, right? They'll go on stream and they narrowly avoid the TOS of Twitch when it comes to like sexual content by setting themselves up, doing whatever, playing games, talking to the chat or whatever, and they'll be in a bikini, obviously a bunch of skin showing, exposing a lot of their body, and they'll basically get to the point where like they're making quote-unquote softcore porn, according to some people, in these hot tubs. I mean, we've seen streams, right, where women will like sit on these massive inflatable like bananas or something, and like if you donate $5 or $10, they lean forward a little bit, right? They give you a little bit of a show. You can kind of see what's going on. Oh, thank you, White Kitten 48 for the $70 donation. I didn't know that my entire rack was showing. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely skirting the lines of TOS, and it's definitely causing a pretty massive debate, right? So the TOS over on Twitch, they apparently kind of made a stand against sexual.
I can't believe we get to use the hover platform. I thought that was a one-time thing.
The solar opposites are hovering to content, but as this argument has proven over the years, they really don't enforce it very well. They really don't, I would say, keep up with it, because like it's gotten to a point of lunacy in some cases, right? Like you can't tell me that these girls don't know what they're doing, right? When you got some woman showing some double D's in a bikini, right, and every time someone donates $5, she bounces a little bit on an inflatable or something in a hot tub. Like you can't tell me that they don't know what they're doing at that point. Now it's gotten to the point that people are kind of debating whether or not this is ruining Twitch, and honestly I think there's a lot of nuance to this situation. I really want to just kind of break it down. Okay, so obviously people mostly go to Twitch for like video game content, right? The vast majority of the audience on the website is going there to watch people play, I don't know, Valorant or Rocket League or Warzone or Fortnite, something like that, right? Trying to play a video game. That's kind of what like made the site popular in the first place. It's like a place for gamers, by gamers, or whatever to kind of stream on. But Twitch is open to other types of content, right? Like they've got the art section, they've got podcasting, stuff like that, talking to the chat. They've got different things for different people, right? But obviously the primary focus is for people playing video games or watching other people playing video games. And so when you see situations, right, where like, you got a guy who's streaming Warzone for like 300 people, and then you got some girl who's just kind of showing herself off in a hot tub, and she's got 5,000 viewers, that kind of upsets a lot of people because they feel like the website is being taken advantage of. They feel like these people should be basically making content on adult websites if that's what they really want to be doing, while people who want to play video games should be kind of prioritized on Twitch. Now, you got to kind of understand where these people are coming from, right? Like, people go to Twitch, they're trying to grind out these channels or whatever in gaming content, and then they see these things as kind of like cheating the system, right? Now, apparently, even Twitch has heard so much chattering about this that they themselves are starting to quote-unquote monitor this closely. Now, what this essentially means is Twitch is not going to do anything about it. They came out and made a statement basically saying that they know that a lot of this content might be violating the TOS, because the truth is a lot of these people are still being extremely sexual in their streams. They're still essentially making sexually suggestive content that is still going to fall against the TOS. I mean, even if they are wearing this kind of clothing in an appropriate setting, which is what the TOS essentially states, some of them definitely are still making sexually suggestive content. They're making content that would probably be against the TOS. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. I mean, not all of them are probably doing it, and they're getting away with this by skirting the line pretty heavily, but Twitch would be dumb to not look into this a lot more. I mean, it's gotten to the point, it's not just upsetting average, everyday viewers, which even then that would be bad enough because they're the people who really make the site a lot of money, but it's also upsetting streamers, right? It's also upsetting the people making content. Like, people really don't seem to like this, and they're calling it for what they see as a cheap method of just getting attention, right? So the thing is, though, like, for me, it's like, can you really blame these girls to a certain extent? I mean, you got to think about it this way, right? These girls could play CSGO or whatever and get 30 viewers, and nobody's really going to give a shit, right? They'll make $200 or whatever in donations and subscriptions and things like that, or they can skirt the line a little bit, right? They can show themselves off and make $5,000 every stream. They can shoot to the top of the Twitch charts, and they can instantaneously, have a really well-paying job basically overnight. For a lot of them, it's like, are you really like gonna blame them? I mean, it's kind of like the same, I would say, mentality that leads people to do a lot of other things like OnlyFans, right? You can go do this shitty thing and maybe get something out of it, or if you're hot, you can basically just do this and make as much money as you want. Like, it's pretty clear why people are picking this. It's pretty clear why these girls are doing these streams. So I'm not even sure if being mad at them is really the best way to handle this. If anything, it's probably Twitch's fault that this is all really going down. Because, number one, Twitch is doing nothing really to enforce their TOS. Like I said, a lot of these streams are definitely, even if, wearing a bikini in a hot tub is appropriate under their TOS, some of the other things that they're doing with inflatables and fruit and the way that they're positioning themselves definitely would be a little bit more of a gray area, or at least, if not straight out, I would say violating the TOS, right? So Twitch isn't really enforcing their own rules, and at the same time, they consistently have these rules so lax that this becomes a problem. I mean, the platform is about video games, right? Like, that's the vast majority of traffic on the website. I mean, Twitch could have very easily solved a lot of these problems by just actually writing the TOS and making like a consistent effort to try and enforce it. I mean, this has already been a point that people have had for years, that the TOS are not evenly enforced, right? That guy streamers will get banned for things that female streamers would not get banned for, things like that. So realistically, to me, this is just an extension of an issue that's been going on for years at this point, and Twitch has just really done nothing to address it. And now another one of these, I would say, different examples of this issue have kind of popped up, and now people are getting kind of pissed about it, and Twitch is stuck between a rock and a hard place again because, well, they just don't write their TOS consistently and enforce it that way. So it's getting to this point where, like, people are debating whether or not this kind of content should even be allowed on Twitch, right? Should people be allowed to stream themselves in a bikini in a hot tub? I don't really know, but I think the best thing to really question here is the people watching this shit. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, right, okay? I'm sorry, there's no chance that I'm getting on Twitch to watch a fucking hot tub stream, okay? It's just not going down. I don't understand, like, what your reasoning could possibly be for wanting to watch this shit. First and foremost, you're on a gaming website down bad. Like, just say that much, okay? You're on a website about watching and playing video games, and you're horny, right? Like, that says enough right there, bro. But the fact that these people are, like, also giving hella money to these streamers, too, it's like, bro, come on. Like, you gotta think about the fact that there's probably some sad fuck out there who's giving one of these bikini-clad girls thousands of dollars, right, through his laptop or through his phone because he thinks she's attractive when he realistically shop the hub premium for 1/1000th the price of what he's donating to these fucking girls out of his paychecks, he could see infinitely more content. He can actually see what he wants to see, and it entirely makes more sense. I don't even understand how this could have possibly, like, you can never get me to do something like this. I don't know what it is, bro, but like, I can't get on Twitch and be like, bro, you know what? I'm not watching a Warzone streamer today. I'm watching a hot tub stream. In fact, you can hardly get me on Twitch in the first place. I really don't like the website, and it doesn't help that there's drama like this going on constantly, right? That people are constantly having to argue about shit like this because the website is so poorly managed that the terms of service aren't even clear on what kind of content is and isn't allowed. So in terms of this whole hot tub meta thing, is it ruining Twitch? I think to a certain extent, yeah, it is. Is it really the fault of the girls doing it? I wouldn't say so. I mean, they're seeing an opportunity and they're chasing a bag. I mean, sure, you can criticize them and question their morals and call them sellouts or whatever, but at the end of the day, you know, they're getting a bag and they're exploiting a loophole that they obviously see, right? And I mean,
So hot. Hi. Who are you? I'm Tamara. Sweaty?
all right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today I kind of just want to talk about a few things because obviously I haven't really been uploading a whole lot over the last month or so. And a lot of people have been really confused. You know, they've been just wondering, like, what happened to Optimus, man? Because, you know, I can understand that, right? Because it's a YouTube channel, right, where somebody's uploading 2 or 3 videos a day, a good amount of times out of the week, right? You know, 4 or 5 days out of the week sometimes, even back like last summer, every day, basically, getting 2 or 3 videos, at least daily uploading. And then all of a sudden, it just seems like there's no content coming out, right? A lot of people have been worried. I've been seeing people on Twitter checking up on me, you know, adding me, trying to see if I'll give a response, things like that. And I talked about it a little bit over on Twitter too, but I think it's just best that I come here and just kind of talk about it and just give everybody an update because I know not everyone follows me over on Twitter. And that's something I'm going to go ahead and stress right off the bat. Like, if you guys use other social medias, like, I feel probably the best thing to do to be following all the social media outlets, right? Like following me on Twitter, following me on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, of course. It keeps you kind of, I would say, in the loop with everything. Not only that, but I put other content out on other platforms too. So it's just kind of a good way to stay updated and just make sure you're seeing everything. But yeah, I wanted to just address my inconsistency and things like that here a little bit. So pretty much around early April, I kind of fell off the face of the map, right? You know, I go from uploading all this content and whatnot, just kind of disappearing. And there's been a few things going on that have kind of led to this, contributed to this. Now, the main reason that I kind of just took some time off the first time around, and this is going to be kind of confusing to explain. I'm going to go ahead actually real quick. So in the last, 28 days here, according to YouTube, I've uploaded a total of 6 videos from all that time. So that's obviously, for my channel, not a very good rate of uploading. And first, I want to just say the reason that I actually took a break the first time, which was around April 6th, and was supposed to
God damn it. Stop running all these ads.
end on April 22nd. Okay, the reason I took that break is I wanted some time away from YouTube. That's simple, right? Because my bad, I'm knocking stuff around, poker chips and whatnot. But before we get any further into the video, I just want to say that nearly half of you watching have yet to subscribe. I try to post multiply back in the day, right? I didn't upload every day. I uploaded a video like once every 2-3 days, something like that, and that was pretty cool or whatever. But then I leaned a lot more into YouTube, especially with the pandemic last year, around when, you know, early 2020, when everything kind of started. I started leaning into YouTube a little bit heavier. I started uploading a lot more. I was in the house a lot more. And now that we're kind of getting to a point where, with like the vaccine and all this stuff going on, right, you can kind of, I would say, go back outside a little bit more. It's been a little bit more like mentally liberating to just spend time out in the real world. I mean, I absolutely love doing YouTube, right? I love sitting here making videos. It's definitely the biggest passion in my life. But at a certain point, you also have to realize that there's a whole world around you. And I think that, especially for online creators, that's something that doesn't get prioritized enough. I mean, there's people who sit here for years on YouTube just grinding and grinding and grinding, and they take no breaks. They don't take any time for themselves. They don't enjoy time with their family and friends. And it just mentally wears them down. and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the guy who, can't handle his mental state because he's working himself too hard. Now, I mean, once again, I love grinding YouTube. I love uploading 2, 3 videos a day. I love seeing the numbers go up. There's a big log somewhere.
Fuck off, ads.
That always reflects. I love seeing people enjoy the content. I really just love the process of making videos, but regardless of how much you love doing something like that, at a certain point you have to kind of step away from it a little bit to just kind of recalibrate a little bit, especially when it's something like this, where you're just sitting at a desk, playing video games and editing videos on the screen all day, and just being on social media terminally, right? Like, that's not mentally healthy, it's not physically healthy. So in short, I've just been going outside, man. I've just been going and doing stuff and having a pretty good time. And I was once again planning to come back in late April, actually, but then a pretty legitimate problem started to flare up. So the last that I used to play games on, I don't know, it's been acting weird. It's been crashing randomly. Games on startup. It's been running absolutely slow. It's been just weird, man. And I've been looking it up. I've been researching, trying to figure out what there's a plethora of different issues that I've tried. So many different fixes at this point that haven't necessarily done anything. Even from hardware to like going into the actual operating system, I've reinstalled Windows. I've done a lot of crazy things trying to fix this, and it's not totally working, unfortunately. And in late April, right when I was starting to restart, my computer decided that it was going to start acting worse. I got to the point where I'm able to manage some of the crashes, some of the frequent random crashes, I should say, with a couple fixes I found online. It's not totally solved. The problem isn't totally gone or anything like that, but it also unfortunately hit a part of my storage. So I have a hard drive that I kind of keep all of my YouTube stuff on, or I try to, right? It's not all entirely YouTube stuff. There is other stuff on there, but it's the vast majority of it is definitely revolving around the channel here. And I don't know if it's completely wiped or what happened, but it's pretty much inaccessible. I have yet to be able to recover the stuff that was on it, which was actually a lot of stuff, and that's kind of unfortunate because it had things such as like editing presets for videos, virtually my entire back catalog of content dating back to I think last February when I got the hard drive and started actually storing content on it. A bunch of upcoming videos that I had already made that I was going to release, including some videos that you guys had requested, scripts for videos in the future, they were all pretty much lost. So I can't tell you how much work I've actually lost in this time frame, but now I'm kind of just scrambling, trying to foot race my way back into this and get some actual work back on my computer and get things done again. Here in a couple days, I'm going to try to recover the stuff from the hard drive. I'm not totally sure that it's going to work, but from what I've read online, I have definitely, I would say, a pretty good possibility of recovering stuff from it, but there's also the possibility that I don't. So I have no idea what's going to happen with that, but I've gotten my computer back to a point where it's like actually semi-operational. It doesn't randomly crash. Thankfully, some of the stuff, which includes merchandise designs and some of the presets for videos, which aren't super important because I don't really use like a whole lot of flashy editing techniques or anything, but some of the stuff that was on it, I did find some copies of it on another hard drive that's inside of the computer, which I guess are actually like the original copies of a lot of that stuff because I migrated a lot of it over to this new hard drive back in like late February. So I saved a little bit of it, but like I said, I'm going to try and get down through it and fix what I can with that, get what I can back out of it. I did order a new PC to just kind of get rid of all the problems here. Honestly, I'll probably just fix this one up and save it just in case because, I mean, my luck, this new computer comes messed up or something. But I'm still kind of waiting on that. Unfortunately, GPUs and stuff are in pretty short supply, and there's a lot of problems getting a computer right now, but hopefully that will be here soon. And since the computer is semi-functional again, I think I can get back to trying to make videos. I don't know how long it's going to take to kind of like recalibrate and to like really get back into the groove of things, or if the computer will even really let me do that. But I've been testing it to make sure that it'll like render clips and stuff like that without crashing. It renders videos up to like 30 minutes that I've tested, which is far longer than most of my videos. So I think I'll be okay to start getting back into making content again and kind of rebuilding all of that progress and kind of bringing Optimus back. It's May 1st, so I would like to kind of officially say that this is the return. Try and have a much better month this month than the last few. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about that. I know it's not anything crazy. You guys maybe were expecting me to open that up to you guys. especially seeing how worried some people were about me. So.
God damn it.
All the way over there, I see him. And you'll notice the Tesla completely silenced his electric vehicle and very fast. I don't know how we're doing a traffic stop behind the secured fence, but here we are. Dispatch Lincoln 18, show me on scene.
Acknowledged. 1 Lincoln 18. Approach with caution.
Seriously?
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Meet our Simply Unlimited plan. Join.
All right, what we got going on? Glad you arrived so quickly. Of course, what's happening? Cop says, I saw this person driving quite erratically. I want to back up in case they try anything funny. Go ahead, I'll cover you. Actually, oh, he wants us to go first. I'm new here and I'm a bit nervous. Okay. So I'm calling the plate here. Requesting plate check.
Target license plate 46 Edward King 572. A traffic felony.
How you doing today, sir? I'm Officer Carson with the Los Santos Police Department. What's going on here tonight? All right. Immediately, we can smell a strong odor of alcohol. Kind of lines up with what the other officer was telling us, that the person was driving erratically. Get all his documentation, insurance, driver's license, all that. Driver refused to show vehicle registration and proof of insurance. Lincoln 18, requesting pet check. It's going to be Anson Smith. He is valid license. He's not going to be able to provide any type of registration. Let's get him out of the car and go ahead and do a breathalyzer.
Oh!
All right, sir. So we notice a strong odor of alcohol coming from you. Have you had anything to drink tonight? My team won the championship. I don't believe it. So he's telling me he's been drinking tonight because his team won. Let's go ahead and do the breathalyzer test. But we'll start with a little bit of field sobriety. So we'll do the horizontal gaze, sir. I want you to follow my field sobriety test. We're going to do a breathalyzer test to determine what your blood alcohol level is. Just blow into this like you're blowing up a balloon. Yep. Okay. All right, so you're going to be placed under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol.
You're under arrest.
Yep, that's a good traffic stop. I have no idea how he got behind secured barricade to the back area of the airport, though. All right, great stop there. What we'll do next is see if he's got anything illegal on him. And then we're going to place him in this officer's car. We'll search the vehicle as well and write up the charges. We got a picture of a man in a dressing room. We've got a phone number, several car wash tokens, a bubblegum DVD, and uncapped needles with brown residue. So possible narcotics as well. Sure. All right, let's see what else is in the car. So recently I heard that, oh my gosh, we have marijuana, we've got a burnt pipe with crystal residue. We got a lot of stuff we can test. So what I was saying is recently I heard Richmond County Sheriff's Department, which is one of the police stations from South Carolina that was on Live PD. Recently they've opened up negotiations for a contract for Live PD. So that means we will possibly be seeing Live PD coming back sooner than later, which, I kind of miss that show. So Control H looks like it also brings up the vehicle volume metrics menu. I'm going to have to see how to, get around that. We will go ahead and do narcotics field testing from the items we found. No, it doesn't have the uncapped needles with the brown residue. Negative for the cocaine. Negative for the methamphetamine. And a positive for the PCP. All right, I'm going to go ahead write up these charges real quick on the police computer.
Again.
You know that the
Jesus,
average
dude.
adult has 5 to 20 pounds of toxic poop in their body at any given moment.
Aaron Smith, let's see at his records. He got a DOT approved helmet citation and window tinting. No gun permit. He's been stopped 2 times. He's only 23 years old. Go ahead and create this arrest report. Okay, we've got the charges for DUI first offense and possession of PCP. Get a tow truck back here to get the vehicle, and we'll have this other officer transport him in to jail, and we'll wrap up our scene here and be back. Code 4. I'll back up. Search warrants, they could be super dangerous. So I would prefer to have an additional unit there with me in case things go bad. And here you can kind of see the speed of this Tesla. Super quick. All this has custom handling from Blue Ghost for his pack. The other cars included in the pack are an Avalon hybrid, a Camry hybrid, as well as the Fusion hybrid. So interesting car pack. I'm always, really interested to see new cars, especially the electric cars, and to see how police departments will implement them. There's stories of police departments kind of test running Teslas, especially out in California, to see if they're a viable option or not, and to see if also they'll save money. Because if you think about it, a lot of the time a police car is in service, it's spent idling, and that idling, that cumulative idling with those engine hours, it just wastes a lot of fuel. So there can be some cost savings involved. Of course, it's going to be very prudent of the police departments to hop on that and get ahead of the curve. So it's like, this. Of course, you guys know this neighborhood is not particularly safe. So what I'm going to do is call for an additional unit. Requesting code 2 backup.
Backup needed on Rogue Avenue.
So the search warrant said we're looking for a crowbar in particular. And I think it's at the kitchen living room. I'm going to search the whole house. I think it's dumb to limit the search to like a certain room. And we kind of talked about it the last time we had a call out like this, if you can even be that specific with the search warrant. I mean, if you got a search warrant for the house, we need to search the house, Who knows what room that particular item's in. And this is indeed a spotlight. I tested it out there. You can see, look at that. Fully functional. Really cool looking one, actually. All right, backup should be here very shortly. like it's going to be actually a county unit, and of course, they run right into that tree. You gotta love it. Alright guys, I've got the search warrant here. We're looking for a crowbar at this address. We don't know what to expect. We don't know how many people are in the house, so let's go ahead and move on in. Alright, here's our suspect below. Can I help you? Hello, sir. I have a search warrant for your property. A search warrant? Can I see it first? Here you go. Alright, come on in. Hang tight for me. I'll take a look around. Okay, you can kind of see some of the blue markings there to search for, so that's what we're going to do. And automatically we found the crowbar. So what we'll do is go ahead and place them under arrest. That's what we were looking for. They're not going to say anything without a lawyer. You'll receive mail from us, and your lawyer will help you understand the next steps. Okay, I guess we're not making an arrest. We found the evidence, but for some reason we are not going to make the arrest. So obviously it's a case that goes beyond just the crowbar component. So I want to make sure there's nothing else in here. Okay, looks good. So stuck in the bathroom. We'll go ahead and leave the house.
89 unit needs immediate backup. We're Davis.
So we just had reports of a pedestrian.
We're in the vicinity.
Drop.
Dispatch. Victor 13 is in the area.
Description of the video. We'll take.
How many fucking ads do you have on here?
To my full list. You can download anything you want. Anything with a plus indicator means that it's currently in the game. Yep, here we go. Dispatch Lincoln 18, show me on scene. Okay, it looks like he's getting assistance already from a paramedic. Yeah, ambulance is already on scene.
Attention all units. Officers arrived on scene.
Okay. So we got somebody here who appears to be injured. We're going to talk with him. See what he's got to tell us. Can you tell me what happened here, sir? Oh, he's going to provide a written statement. I couldn't ask him any particular questions. Looks like he's writing down. Looks like he's pretty injured there. I appreciate it. If we see anyone else who happened to see what happened. See what happened? We got it here a few minutes ago. We'll stabilize the patient and transport him to the hospital. That's all he knows. So we need a witness here. There's the car. We have a driver. Yeah, that's the car involved. You can see all the damage to the vehicle. Sir, were you driving the vehicle? He just jumped out in front of the car. Were you driving? I was only a passenger. Okay. This guy was only a passenger. Is this the driver here? I was driving along, just came out of nowhere, jumped into the road. Were you driving? Okay, he was driving. Have you had anything to drink? I did have some drinks, but I'm still perfectly good to drive. Okay. Let's go ahead and get your identification, sir. Dispatch requesting pet check. Okay, he's got a valid license. Alright, what we're going to do here is a breathalyzer test. We do notice some alcohol impairment there.
Thank
you. Yep. Alright, so you're going to be placed under arrest for driving under influence as well as hitting the pedestrian with your vehicle. Man, a lot of DUIs tonight. These are walking flags.